What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming stimulus and infrastructure packages, as well as what is going on in the world today. Breaking news is out that the hacker group that hacked the gas pipeline, which is apparently probably from Russia, they were paid a ransom. That's right, to restore the gas pipeline. Yeah, apparently this group was paid almost $5 million in ransom, according to a new report this morning. As you can see here, Colonial Pipeline paid almost $5 million in ransom to the hackers last Friday, which is now being reported that the company had no intention of paying, but paid anyways. That was just their cover story. Sources familiar with the matter told Bloomberg that the company paid in untraceable cryptocurrency within hours after the attack. After the hackers received the payment, they provided the operator with a decrypting tool to restore its computer network. However, one of the people said the tool was so slow that the company continued to use its own backups to help restore the system. Now, this hacker group called DarkSide is linked to Russia, probably in Russia, and is behind the global pipeline shutdown that has affected 10 different states or more in the southern east coast of the United States. Here is White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki with an official statement.
Okay. I know we're waiting for a gather time too, so not to scare you, if there's a note passed, nothing bad is happening. We'll just keep you all abreast of when it's time to do that. So just a couple of items for you all at the top. Obviously, the president just spoke to the Colonial pipeline and progress that's been made, and he was sending the clear message: there's an end in sight for the supply disruptions that have affected states across the Southeast. As you all know, Colonial reported that product delivery had commenced in a majority of the markets they serve, and that they expect the pipeline to have full operational restoration in every market by noon today. Obviously, there's still going to be some time till things go back to normal. But in the last 48 hours alone, we announced a targeted Jones Act waiver to ease shipping of fuel on top of waivers for EPA for a dozen states, expanding gasoline supply, steps taken by DOT to make it easier to ship fuel over land, and a number of other actions across the federal government. President Biden and his team we also wanted to thank the governors and state and local leaders throughout the affected region who have moved very quickly in a coordinated way over the last several days.
Regarding stimulus, as you know, there's about $350 billion going to states and cities, which states can use in a variety of ways, including statewide stimulus check programs, of which we're going to see a lot more announced in the near future, as well as state and county and city mortgage assistance, rental assistance, and property tax assistance programs as well. The biggest one announced so far, which, well, probably will be the biggest one ever, is California's Golden State Stimulus Program has been expanded to 2/3 of Californians and will cover over 25 million people in California alone, getting a $600 stimulus check. This will also cover up to middle-class Californians, making up to $75,000. Again, this is expected to cover over 25 million people from California alone, and we're going to see a lot more of these state and county-wide stimulus check programs coming out in the near future. I will keep you up to date on all these new programs coming out when your state happens. By the way, if you know of any programs in your state, when you see them, if you see them, please comment them down below in the comments so that we can see them. If you see a comment like that, give it a like. It'll help out our viewers. The more likes a comment gets, the higher it rises to the top, and this makes it so more people will see it if it's in, say, the top 10 comments or so. Also, don't forget to give this video a like. It really helps out our channel. Well, new information is out now that cities can use their federal stimulus money, this $350 billion that we're talking about going to states and cities, to cover up to $25,000 in hazard pay for grocery store and other essential workers. Yes, really good news there. Yes, as you can see here, new spending rules issued this week say that states and local governments can use their federal COVID-19 relief aid for hazard pay for essential workers. This allowance comes amid a brewing battle in California over grocery store workers' rights to hazard pay. This inclusion is part of the U.S. Department of Treasury's sweeping guidance on how state, local, and tribal governments can spend their portion of the $350 billion in direct aid under the American Rescue Plan, which is the third stimulus check package. Many of the rules point to economic and racial inequalities exacerbated by the pandemic, including disproportionate impact on essential workers. As you can see here, for workers earning minimum wage, hazard pay could temporarily more than double their wages. The rule defines premium pay as an amount up to $13 per hour in addition to your normal wages or remuneration the worker otherwise receives. If pay would increase a worker's wages by more than 150%, written justification is also required. The total payout is capped at $25,000 per eligible worker. So if you or anybody from your friends or family or anybody you know is a essential worker, share this video with them because this could mean that your state will provide hazard pay as a bonus stimulus item, similar to this $600 stimulus check or $1,100 stimulus check going out to certain people from California. Again, this will be different for each state. Each state will get to decide how they spend the parts of this money. However, they have to spend more money this time around on programs like this: hazard pay, stimulus checks, mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance. And all 50 states are getting money. In fact, billions and billions of money are going to each state. It's different based on your population. California is obviously getting a lot more money than, well, any other state, including like Idaho or Ohio or anything like that, because they have more population. It's based on your population. It's kind of the same dollar amount per person. So we are going to see a lot of these programs coming out in the near future. I will keep you updated when I see them for your state or your city. Again, if you know of any, comment them down below in the comments. It'll help our viewers find them and help me find them. As you know, I do hours of research for you guys every single day, along with my wife, who helps me out with a lot of it. Don't put any links in the comments, though. It'll go to the spam folder. Also, the Secret Service has just seized over $2 billion in fraudulent COVID unemployment payments and is returning the money to the states in at least 30 different states. So this will be some additional money that states will be able to use for stimulus type programs or unemployment type programs here in the near future. Also, just as maybe a final reminder, there is a new stimulus program that is available from the second stimulus check package in December that is now available now. It just became available yesterday, where you can get $50 per month towards your internet, or $50 off per month from the federal government. So basically, you could get $600 per year in addition to a $100 stimulus check for buying a new tablet or computer. To go and apply for this, go to this website, getemergencybroadband.org. Again, getemergencybroadband.org. You'll see this website right here, and you can go and apply right here and literally get up to $600 per year. I think it's for 1 year of additional money, stimulus money, to pay for your internet or your broadband internet. Also, you know how I think there's 11 different states run by Republican governors? Because again, Republicans and Democrats just see this pandemic in two completely different ways. These Republican governors from 11 different states now are going to be stopping unemployment bonus money based on the terrible, terrible jobs report we had last year, that only 266,000 new jobs were created last month for April, and they were supposed to create over 1 million jobs for the entire country. 266,000 for the whole country, when we're supposed to be, going back up. Our economy is supposed to be getting better and better each month. Was absolutely terrible. Was 75% worse than it was supposed to be. Well, some of these states are going to be giving a back to work bonus. Montana has already proposed a $1,200 back to work bonus. Instead of getting $300 per week unemployment bonus, you'll get a $1,200 bonus when you go back to work for 4 different weeks. We also have another proposal from Republicans that will give a $2,500 bonus when you go back to work if passed. That is one of the bills that is circulating, one of the items that is on the table right now for the next stimulus package. Well, Democrats, including Senate Democrats, are extremely skeptical of ending the $300 per week unemployment bonus, including Senator Joe Manchin. And they're actually saying that because these states are getting rid of unemployment bonuses, it is actually more and more the reason to pass a fourth stimulus check that would go out to everybody, including these 11 different states that are now cutting unemployment bonus. The fourth stimulus check states would not be able to touch. It goes directly to you, the people. Well, congressional Democrats leaders are now saying this is all the more reason to have a fourth stimulus check. And as you know, we have almost 100 different Democrats pushing for a monthly stimulus check to be included in this next stimulus package, the American Families Plan. We have two different bills officially announced. This bill from the U.S. House of Representatives is for a one-time $2,000 stimulus check, then followed by $1,000 monthly recurring stimulus check or stimulus payments every month that would go until 1 year after the pandemic is declared over. The bill from the Senate, co-sponsored by Senator Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren, is for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks that would go until the pandemic is declared over. So in this case, you could probably think at least 6 months of monthly payments. There is already some monthly payments that are approved, and this is the child tax credit that is supposed to start in July and will pay $250 to $300 per month per child for the rest of 2021. Democrats are looking to expand this for at least 4 more years or more in the next package and expand it to 2025 or even permanently. This is the start of monthly stimulus checks. This was approved from the third stimulus check package, and they are now looking to expand this to the year 2025 or even permanently. Again, so monthly stimulus checks with the child tax credits or the child tax credit payments have already been approved for at least this year of 2021. Yesterday, President Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, Democratic leaders, and Republican leaders met yesterday at the White House to discuss the negotiations over the next two stimulus packages, well, the physical infrastructure package and the next stimulus package. Mitch McConnell was actually gave some very hopeful words that says he thinks they can actually come to an agreement on the physical infrastructure package. The Republicans are around $800 billion now. They said they would come up to $800 billion. Remember, the Democrats are still quite a ways off at $2.2 to $2.3 trillion. But I think if they're willing to come down to around 1 trillion or maybe a little bit less, that they can pass this next infrastructure package with bipartisan support, Republicans and Democrats, and probably pass it very quickly. This new plan is expected to create millions of jobs. It's expected to have millions of dollars for senior care and housing and senior housing, and will then pave the way for the next stimulus package to be passed as well, the American Rescue Plan. As you know, there's about 15 different items included or could be included in this next stimulus package. As they're kind of negotiating what to be in there, we have 2 or 3 different Social Security raise proposals. We have one for $200 per month, which is for all Social Security beneficiaries. We have another one, which is $279 per month just for SSI, but could also include SSDI. And then we have President Biden's proposal that is to increase all Social Security beneficiaries to 125% of the federal poverty line. Very interesting proposal there. That's directly from President Biden. I will link you to that here at the end of this video. You can watch. I have a more detailed video on that. But they're also looking to expand Medicare, including free dental, free vision, and free hearing. This could actually lower your Medicare payments that you currently pay now per month and include these items for free. And if you don't get these items, give them to you in addition for free. Senator Bernie Sanders says that the U.S. can pay for this simply by making pharmaceutical companies give us the prescription drugs at the same prices that they give it to other countries for. This would save the federal government over $450 billion per year and could pay for Medicare and possibly some Social Security increases, depending on what they want to use the money savings for. In addition to this, they're looking for 2 years of free college, 2 years of free preschool. They're also looking for the stimulus check, the fourth stimulus check in there, in addition to the student loan debt forgiveness that we could see. I think we're going to see that through an executive order. I don't think they're going to include that in this package because, again, the lower they keep the number for the package, the better the chances of passing it, even if they have to negotiate with just the Democrats. So if they can take things like student loan debt forgiveness and pass that through an executive order, and even if they can take, say, the child tax credits, again, they want to expand that to 2025 or more. We already have at least two Republican senators that have come out and spoken that they actually want to have it more money. So they could potentially pass a child tax credit increase as a standalone bill if they're listening to this channel. By the way, they should listen to this channel because this is a very good proposal. They could take it out of the next stimulus package, do it as a standalone bill. All they need to do is shore up a little bit of Republican support. They already have two Republicans that want to spend more money on the child tax credits, the monthly stimulus checks to children and the parent who claims them as a dependent. By the way, the IRS just recently said that if you haven't filed a 2020 tax return, you should do so to make sure that you get the child tax credit payments. So if you haven't filed that, you have 4 more days to do so. The deadline is May 17th. You can go to Google and just type in IRS free file and file a free tax return. I'm pretty certain you also need to file a tax return for the California Golden State stimulus. You can't get the stimulus check, as far as I know, without a tax return. So please keep that in mind as you'll get it if you're not required to file a tax return, say for the California Golden State stimulus, the $600. If you're not required to file a tax return, that's okay. You can still file a tax return anyways to get this extra stimulus check. But I think with the child tax credits, if they have enough Republican support, they can take that out of the next stimulus package, pass it as a standalone bill. They'll only need 10 Republicans from the Senate to say yes to that. That would lower the cost of the next stimulus package bill, and then they could put some additional items in there like Social Security raises, Medicare raises, monthly stimulus checks, anything they want to put in there, right? The lower the package it is, because they can pass through other ways, such as executive order or through a bipartisan bill. They can add other things in that package or even keep it lower to ensure that they get all the votes. So let me know your thoughts on that. I'll keep you up to date on everything going on, stimulus related, and what's going on in our country. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on future updates. After subscribing, click the bell icon to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live, which is every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss an episode because we cover different stimulus provisions in different episodes, and I don't want you to miss out on something for your state or something that you might qualify for and you have to go and apply for. You can click this video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video here is about President Biden's proposal to increase Social Security benefits. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.